Last night, the Grand Rapids City Manager, Mark Washington, released a statement claiming protesters had come to a private residence to harass him and his family. Today, 13 on Your Side's Justin Bachman met up with some of those protesters who allege the city isn't telling the whole story of what happened that night. So, Justin, what did they tell you?
Good evening, Elena. Right now, we don't have any photo or video evidence from either side of what happened on Friday night. The city's statement claimed that protesters, some of them armed, aggressively knocked on the door, demanding that City Manager Washington re-arrest Officer Christopher Schurr. Washington also claimed in that statement that protesters threatened him and attempted to intimidate his family, saying, quote, "I'm no stranger to public scrutiny and criticism, but that doesn't mean my family and I are not entitled to the same expectation of privacy and safety in our own home as anyone else." Now, when we published that statement, one of the protesters reached out to us saying that story was incorrect. They claimed that nobody in their group was armed, no threats were made, and the statement by the city was meant to scare them and other protesters out of sharing their message.
I think that the reason why you were sent a release in regards to weapons and threats being held against Mark Washington at his property was simply a tactic to get us to stop, slow down, and be terrified. And those are three things that we will not be and that we are not.
Out to the city for a comment. We also asked for video, as well as asking for video from those protesters in that group. We also did try to obtain security camera footage from the outside of the building, but for now we have not been able to get any of that evidence that would verify either side's claims. As for now, the incident has been turned over to Grand Rapids Police.